Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Cohen. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Monday the 3rd of October 2022. Quick look at yesterday's results then for Sunday the 2nd. We got UTOX 2 on the National Hunt in 108. We're on this number 7 Colony Queen, which unseated its rider at the third hurdle, 6 to 1. We got 3.8 to 1. Originally at £1 per £8 unit, so that's £100 bet for us. Exposure of 1/8 of a unit, 0.125 there. The eventual winner was this number 1, Are You Wise to That? Which won at evens favourite. Clearly we weren't wise to it. Basically what happened was we got on this Colony Queen, and if you watch our video we basically said that it had a layoff. It was a decent flat horse running up the hill in Beverley, which is a stiff course on the soft, which would be ideally suited to this stiffer UTOX to track. But the big unknown was whether it would take to hurdles. Well, as I said, I thought it had a good chance. I mean, it changed trainers after 3 wins, so this horse changed from a sort of a dead straight triple winner flat horse to some sort of kamikaze on the autism spectrum horse whose special skill quite clearly isn't jumping hurdles, and he ditched the jockey quite adequately on the third hurdle, and we won't really know whether it was race fit either. So that was that. The initial bet was on at 3.8 to 1, which we thought was reasonable at the time. Then we got this rule 4. It's a Great Heart Jack or whatever was a non-runner, so we had a slightly rule 4 there, and then we had a big drift on Colony Queen. Obviously people knew it was some sort of kamikaze horse, and we were considering topping up, but we didn't in the end. So the only good decision we made on that horse was the stake, and the rest of it was pretty shambolic, as was the race. The first 30 seconds of the race are pretty comical. Anyway, so the account came down 1/8 of a unit, roughly. Anyway, so it's we're at plus 69.75 units from a peak of 72 units in profit overall. So we'll stop it there and write up today's racing. Right, we're back. We've written up today's racing then. So for Monday the 3rd of October, we've got no filter on, which is our structural filter, no ratio filter, but do have an alternate. Stratford on the National Hunt in the 355. It's a novice handicap hurdle, class 4, 3 or plus, 0 to 110, 2 miles, 2 furlongs, 148 yards. Good. So it's 2 miles, 2.5 furlongs, basically, roughly. What do we know about Stratford National Hunt 2 miles, 2 mile 2? Well, we know it's quick. So Stratford's a very fast course. It's one of the quickest. So you're looking for speed horse. Now let's have a look. There's 5 in the race. How's it cut up? Well, the ones we can get rid of then is this where is it? Number 5, Marjoram Mix Jack, whatever it's called. That's about 9 to 1 roughly at the moment, and this Reams of Love is about 7s roughly. Anyway, number 5, Martel and Mix Jack. What do we know about that horse? Well, it's outpaced at slower tracks like Market Raisin and UTOX stuff. So we can give that the chop basically. So we can get rid of that one. So that's that one gone. Now this Master Blaze, which is number 3. Where is it? Master Blaze. It's likewise. It's not really a speed horse. It's had 2 wind ups. It's likely to struggle for speed, because that's one thing you don't really want to be doing with a 2 wind up horse, is stick it into a very fast environment. So that's Master Blaze. That's number 3 and number 5 out. And then you've got this likely favourite, which is Dream in the Park, which is the 5 to 4 favourite, 11 to 8. And the Betfair over round when we did this pretty early in the morning is about 103%. So there's going to be some drift in the market. Whether it's drift on the favourite or not is to be seen. Anyway, what do we know about where is it? Dream in the Park. Well, Dream in the Park is what we would describe as an anchor horse. It's got a decent run at Plumpton in a maiden hurdle, where the winner was rated 120. And the key thing about this race is this Dream in the Park sort of outguns them on failed efforts in better races. Now that's where we are really with Dream in the Park. It's been in better races and it's come sort of second or third, -6, -8, -10 lengths down the field in that sort of situations. So it's a sort of an anchor horse in our terms. It's do you want to be against it, but you don't want to be on it particularly to win at 5 to 4, 11 to 8. So the best you can do is use it as an anchor horse. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, what about the other ones then? So this number 2, Benedang or whatever it is. What do we know about that horse? Well, it's a speed horse. It's been in running at Taunton, Newbury and Huntington, and they're speed courses. And it's just sub this Dreams in the Park sort of level. It's the winner's 125 in Newbury, which was a decent race actually, and then you've got Huntington. It was 105. So it's sort of arguably marginally inferior on ratings, but it's a speed horse, and we like it. We got 9 to 2. We got £1 per £8 unit. So it's a £100 bet for us on a 9 to 2. And then the other one, which is Reams of Love, which is number 4. What do we know about that? Well, that's also a speed horse. It's been running at Stratford twice, just over, slightly shorter, the 2.5 furlong as opposed to the 2 mile 2.5 furlong. So that's interesting, and its figures are slightly inferior. The winner's about 109, 100, so that's where we are on that one. But the odds are pretty good. We got 7 to 1, and we've got 150 per £8 unit, so we've got £150 on that at 7 to 1 on average. So our exposure at the moment is £2.50 per £8 unit, which is 0.3125 of a unit in decimalisation. So that's what we've risked at the moment. We're either going to have a go at this Dream in the Park as an anchor, and let's say so an anchor maybe at £1, which is £100 for us, and that'll take our exposure up to £3.50 per £8 unit, which is 0.4, whatever it is, 0.4375. So just under half a unit. Now, if we get this drift in Dream in the Park due to the overround, then we'll probably add this £1 per £8 unit in. If it significantly tightens up, so if it goes to sort of like evens or around that mark, we probably won't bother, and we'll just lump the fact that we're not on this anchor horse and have a lower exposure and take the hit if it comes in. But if it drifts out, we'll use that as an anchor and sort of a near break-even hedge, small loss. So that's what we're doing. Basically, we've rejected this Marthelmix Jack and Master Blaze because they're not speed horses and they've got issues as well. So basically, a 5-horse race cuts up to 3 runners, and the jury's out as to whether we're going to use Dream in the Park as an anchor hedge on that. So depending on what the Betfair market does and the general betting market. So that's where we are. You know, the chances are we'll probably stick at that and take the hit when Dreams in the Park comes in and stuffs us, but we'll see. If it goes out sort of like 15 to 8, 2 to 1 or 7 to 4, we might have a go at £100 hedge. So that's what we're doing. We've picked up quite a few subscribers recently, so welcome to anybody new, welcome generally, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.